Good morning. And here's looking at you, kid. This morning, I have a little cappuccino. But what I did, have you ever seen one of these? Look at this. You're going to all be asking me where I got it. You push that little button, and it goes in your milk before you make your coffee, and you get a little fuzzy cappuccino the easy way. This is an easy cappuccino, okay? A quick one. And you know, it does make your coffee kind of special. I don't know why fuzzy milk makes your coffee taste different, but it really does. We weren't going to talk about coffee today, but you know me and my coffee. I always got to whip in something about it. Okay, we're going to talk about, I want to tell you something. God will never bless a stingy person. Did you know that? The word says that with whatever measure you measure out to other people, he will measure back to you. Hey, Google, volume down. Got my Italian music on this morning. Love my Italian music. Love my Italian roast. Oh yeah, you know. Tell you guys, I'm only half Italian, but I'm telling you, I relate to that bloodline. I really relate to it. The other half is Irish, you know that, so don't mess with me. Irish and Italian, you know. Okay, so now, I want to talk to you about giving. As you give, you're going to get back. And you know, when you give something out, let me tell you something. It's like planting a seed in the ground. I love the seed time and harvest ministry. I love that because everything in life works that way. You know, when you go out to your garden and you take your little packet of seeds and you dig your little trench and you put your little seeds in there. And then you have to wait. You have to wait. Now hear this, because this is how giving works too. Pretty soon you'll see a little green thing come up. But you can't pick anything. You don't get anything out of it yet. You just got the little green thing, right? Now, pretty soon it grows, and it may be a bush that produces tomatoes, or it may be something that grows underneath the ground and the food is underneath in a root vegetable, or it could be a head vegetable, or it could be a tree. Now, what I want to say here, and this is the part I love. Every seed that you plant by giving will produce a harvest if you don't give up and if you notice. This is the thing. Some of those seeds, like a radish seed, you put radishes in the ground in 3 weeks, 3 short weeks. You go out, pull up the top, and you got a radish on the bottom. 3 weeks, you're able to eat your seed again. Then there are things like tomato plants. You put the seed in the ground, and you might get a tomato in a couple of months, probably 2 or 3 months, maybe 2 months, you get a tomato. Other things, you know, corn, all of those have a time. Just as a baby has a gestation period, so does every single living food. God said he gave all seeds as food for us. So every seed that goes in the ground is going to bring forth some sort of food. If it's planted, there are those that are planted for beauty, but they're food for animals or food for birds or food, you know, there's usually most plants are edible in some way. But for us, we're just going to talk about the edible foods for human beings. So some seeds take longer to grow. Now, you don't want to go out there and dig up your seed and say, well, this is not growing yet. If you do that, first of all, you're doubting God. When you choose to give, you don't give with the expectation of getting back in a way that is greedy, or you don't give for that reason. But when you give, do know that you will get something back. You can expect that because God says so. You get to a place in your life like me where you can't wait to give something because you love to see what God's going to give you back. Now, this is the surprise I want to tell you that I just love. There are some seeds that take years and years to come back, to grow, to give you any kind of food. Now, you know, you planted and it's usually a big seed, by the way. It's usually some kind of a tree seed. For instance, Did you know that a pecan tree takes 7 years from the time you put it into the ground till the time you get to eat a pecan? But then that pecan tree will produce a harvest every season for the rest of your life. So those kinds of seeds that are long to germinate, that take a long time to produce, are wonderful when they begin to harvest. I'm harvesting pecan trees right now in my life. I mean, not real pecan trees, but things that I have given over the years. The big gifts, the sacrificial gifts. You know, I'm a tither, so I tithe every single week. I believe in tithing. I think if you don't tithe and you have problems with money, don't even complain unless you do what God tells you to do. You need to be given 10% of everything that comes across your palm to the church. Okay, that's number one. That's simple. But I'm talking about the over and above. They call it an offering. It's called an offering rather than a tithe. The tithe means 10%. The offering is over and above. And the offering is where you get pecan trees, let me tell you. So over the years, there have been times that I have planted huge seeds. Seeds that were not only sacrificial, but they were big. For me, they were big. You know, everything is relative. And those seeds, when they begin to harvest, I'm telling you guys, I'm just sitting on a cloud right now as far as my harvest goes. I mean, I have over and above anything I could have ever hoped or dreamed for. My pecan trees are sprouting up everywhere I look in my life. And I know that's God's principle at work in my life. Not because I'm a super good person, no better than you, we're all the same. But I have always, if I see a need and it's within my means to help, I've always helped. I've always done things for people, you know, I'm generous. I know that God loves a generous person. He's never going to bless a stingy person. You're never going to get blessed if you're stingy. No, because God says that with whatever measure you give, you will get back. You may bumble into things sometimes. I mean, I'm not saying you won't, but if you're stingy, you're missing something so valuable. You're missing something so doggone valuable, okay? That's my story. Get some pecan seeds in the ground, even today. Even if you feel like, I really can't afford to give what you can, and give a little bit more than you think you can. That's where the blessings really lie. Now, I have a little thing on TikTok. Is it called TikTok? I'm called Bubby. Oh, I just love it, you guys. You go on YouTube. I'm talking to little whippersnappers. It's a 60-minute thing. Follow me on TikTok. Find me. I'm called Bubby. But buy my book, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. It's a wonderful book filled with all my little treasures. And hit that subscribe button down there. I'm growing. My little thing is growing. All right, hit it. It's hard to get YouTubers, especially at my age. I mean, you know, the old grandma. Okay, you guys, hit that button. And then, here's looking at you, kid. Until next time. This is Velma Hagar bidding you a blessed day. Plant some pecan seeds today. Bye.